Jules Verne, one of the big names who invented sci-fi fiction in the late 19th century, French writer. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea has what I think is one of the great characters of Victorian fiction in Captain Nemo, this greatest engineer in the world, Indian descent, very rare to have a non-white protagonist in a European authored book of the period, who invents this incredible submarine, a science fiction level submarine, which people worldwide initially think is a giant whale. This French scientist called Captain Professor Aronnax eventually manages to track down the submarine and get on board. Is then told because he's discovered the secrets that he can never leave, and he goes on a kind of dual investigation of various places, real and imagined, in the world. Big warning though, it is not 20,000 leagues deep under the sea. It is 20,000 leagues travelled a very small distance under the sea, like 10 to 20 metres. But they travel all over the globe. They see a lot of made up seaweed and fishes that Jules Verne literally just made up but presents as if they really exist, because in the sort of early sci-fi there was this idea that you had to absolutely convince the reader that this was entirely scientifically probable. So he spends a lot of time doing that. They also fight a giant octopus because of course they do, classic of seafaring literature. They find the lost city of Atlantis. They get stuck under Antarctic pack ice. There are really exciting bits. There are really, really boring bits as well. But Captain Nemo is also an investigation of this mysterious character, Captain Nemo, whose ship Aronnax and his companions have ended up on, about whom very little is known. He and his crewmates speak in a language which Aronnax, despite knowing many European languages, can't identify, and is appears to be on some act of complete withdrawal from humanity, wanting to live under the sea, but at the same time wanting and eventually becoming revenged on people who he believes have oppressed his homeland and killed his wife and children. I'm sure they have, but it's all a bit mysterious, like we don't know. Jules Verne actually makes it clear in a later book that Captain Nemo is of Indian origin and that he's fighting against the British Empire. It's not clear in this book. I'm not sure he himself was even clear about it when he was writing this book, but it's nevertheless really interesting, and I recommend reading it, boring descriptions of seaweed included.